Hey guys, it's me Sophia, and today I wanted to show you the books I read so far in this month, which is March. So this is just halfway through and I wanted to show you guys some of the things I've been reading because I've enjoyed a lot of these. This one is a library book, so I won't have it later on, but these three are all of my own books. So here are 5. I'll just explain summaries of them all and how much I rate them out of 5 stars. So let's start with this one. This one I read for school. This was a school reading book. And see, I have a lot of notes in it and stuff. But it was actually a really good book and I really liked it because it's about a group of people that are in a gang a long time ago, and they're called the Greasers. And these Greasers are very poor. They live in a bad economy and a bad place. And then there's also the Socias, who are all the rich people. All the rich people, and they have a lot of money and they live in a wealthy environment. And basically the Greasers and the Socias just clash and they go against each other. And they're just this huge conflict. I rate this a 3.5 out of 5. 3.5 out of 5. So it's called The Outsiders by S.E. Hinton. And then next one, this one is called Dorothy Must Die. And it's by Danielle Page. It's about a girl named Amy Gum. It's basically a remake of The Wizard of Oz, but in a new story. Amy Gum is a girl who lives in a poor environment. Her mom is always gone. She lives in a mobile home. But one day there's a tornado and she gets whirled into the city of Oz. And when she's there, she finds out that Dorothy has gone evil and everything else is gone ruined and terrible. So it's Amy's job to fight against Dorothy, and there's a lot of fighting and it's very exciting and adventurous. So if you like action, then you should read this book. It's called Dorothy Must Die by Danielle Page. But there's a huge plot twist at the end, so I won't reveal it. And now, let's move on to the next book. It's called Friends for Life by Andrew Norris. Even though it has a really cliche and terrible title, it's a really good book. And I forgot to rate this book, so let's go back. I rate this a 3.5 out of 5 too, because it wasn't that really good. Maybe a 3 out of 5. Yeah, a 3 out of 5. I don't like books like this, so 3 out of 5. This one. It has a terrible title. That's why maybe the points will go down a little. But it was actually a really good book if you actually read it. But people aren't gonna buy it because it has a terrible title. But then I bought it because, I read the summary and it seemed okay. So I bought it. Even though the title's really bad, it's okay. Andrew Norris, if you're watching this, I'm sorry, but the title is really cliche. And now it's about a girl who is a ghost because she died, and then she meets this guy named Francis. And Francis makes friends with this girl who is a ghost. And she doesn't know why, but Francis can see her, although nobody else can. And then Francis and he makes more and more friends, and there's this whole group who can see Jessica, and then there's this huge plot twist at the end, which I'm not going to talk about because that would ruin the book. But it's a really good book. I rate this one a 4.2 out of 10. Not 10, 5. 4.2 out of 5. So it's called Friends for Life by Andrew Norris. Don't judge a book by its title because it's actually good and the title is bad. And this one, I lost the cover in Korea. So if you live in Korea and you found the cover of this book, then please send it to America. If you email me, I'll give you my address because I really want the cover back. I don't know where it went. I lost it in like a subway in Korea. So if you can see here, you can only see the last name of the author, which is terrible. Well, it's called Every Last Word by Tamara Ireland Stone. Although it only says Stone there, I know for sure that it is Tamara Ireland Stone. It's called Every Last Word, and it's a really good book. It's about a girl who has purely obsessional OCD, which is a disease, like a mental thing, not an actual physical thing, but it causes her a lot of stress because she is friends with the popular kids of the school, and these popular kids don't like that, and she tries to fit in. But then she finds out like the very misfit group of the school, and she finds that she has a lot of the same interests and she wants to be friends with them. And a bunch of stuff happens, and the end has a huge plot twist. Even bigger than this plot twist. It has a huge plot twist. So that's really cool. This was one of my favorite books. I rate this a 4.8 out of 5. A 4.8 out of 5. I saved the best for last because I really like this book. This is like my favorite book. It's called Counting by Sevens by Holly Goldberg Sloan, or Sloan. I don't know how to pronounce her last name, but you can see here. And now, this book is really cool. One of my favorites. I really loved it. I rate it a 5 out of 5, which is a really hard thing for me to do. And I have a lot of tally marks here because I like the writing style a lot. She has a really good writing style. So good. This is like my favorite book. I have to buy. Okay, this author is coming to Y'all West, which is a place I really want to go to, but it's 3 days and my mom won't let me go even though it's only an hour drive away. And I don't know which day she's coming. And I need to buy my own book so I can get it signed because this is one of my favorite books. And then a bunch of other people, like this person, Danielle Page, is coming too, and Twitter Island Stone is coming. But it's for 3 days and you don't know which day. And then I can only go for 1 day and I don't know which day to go because I've never been there before. So yeah, that was my little rant. Now let's go back to Counting by Sevens, a book by Holly Goldberg Sloan, or Sloan. It's about a girl named Willow Trance, and she is 12 years old, but she is a genius, and she knows about everything, and she's really smart. And her interests are plants and medical diseases, so she has this huge garden in her backyard, but then one day both of her parents die, so now she's really depressed, but she's still really smart. But because of her smartness, everybody thought she was cheating, so everybody thinks she's like a cheater now. And then she has to go see this school counselor, and this counselor is really stupid, and then through the counselor she meets a person who's about 2 years older than her, and she becomes her best friend. And now that her parents are dead, she goes to live with her friend, and her friend is really poor. They live in like a garage. And so that's there, but then a bunch of cool stuff happens because it's really complicated. The plot is really complicated, but that's why I love it so much. It has so much good stuff in it. Just take my word, read this book. It's really good. And her writing style is great. I have so many like tally marks down here. I folded the pages because I wanted to remember parts, but there's way too many that I folded. As you can see here, I folded a lot of pages. Yep. And her writing style is really good. And I want to have writing as a hobby when I grow older, so maybe I'll like absorb her writing style. Oh yeah, and I was talking about the Y'all West thing earlier, so I'll expand about that because I finished all these books. This is a 5 out of 5. Read this book. And for Y'all West, it's called YALLWEST. I think it's because it's on the west coast, right? California is the west coast of the US, and y'all, I don't know why it's y'all. Like, hey y'all, maybe to sound cool, but it's called Y'all West. And it's a book convention that I really want to go to, but then it's 3 days, and it's an hour away, and that isn't even that far. That's not that far. That's really not that far. 1 hour is not that far. Like, you know how far a bunch of other places are? My mom said we might go to Big Bear this weekend, and that's like 3 hours away. Like, if she's willing to go to Big Bear, we should be able to go to Y'all West, which is only 1 hour away. Like, even if there's not even that much traffic. And she can check on her phone because she has an app that shows you how much traffic there is, and there are like 3 different routes there. So we can obviously get there in time. It doesn't matter if we're late. We can still meet all the people because look at all the books I have here. And I can take you downstairs later. I have a huge bookshelf full of books that I want to get signed. And I need to bring like a huge wagon full of books to get them all signed. But I just really want to go, and this is really stressful. So let's have a review of the books. This is The Outsiders by S.E. Hinton, which I gave a 3.5. This was also a 3.5 by Danielle Page, Dorothy Must Die. And then we had Friends for Life, which was a 4.2 by Andrew Norris. And Every Last Word by Tamara Island-Stone, which was a 4.8. And Counting by Sevens by Holly Goldberg-Sloan, which was a 5 out of 5. There we go. And if you want to see what Y'all West is, because you might live in California and you might be watching this, you should check it out. It's on Friday, April 29th. That's the Friday preview day. That's from 6 to 8. And on Saturday and Sunday, it's just from the morning to afternoon in the Santa Monica High School. And on Friday, it's in the Santa Monica Library. So if you can go, it's all free. Everything is free. There's like no ticket cost. It's free. It's completely free. And over 100 authors are coming. You know Divergent, that really big movie, and the really big book? The really big book writer is coming too. And other really big authors are coming too. What's the point not to come? And it's free. It's free. It's completely free. And the really famous people, it's only $5. To meet the really famous people, it's only $5. Like, I don't see the point in not going. Like, I would like to really go myself because I read a lot of books. As you can see, I have lots of books, and then I have a few more bookcases downstairs, and this is just my room because these are some of my favorite books. So maybe I'll show you some of my favorite books later on, and maybe show you some of the books downstairs later on. But you know, I really like books and I would really like to go. So if Mom, you're rewatching this late at night and you're thinking, oh, Sophia's getting good grades. Oh, Sophia's reading so much books. We should let her go all 3 days. That would be really great, Mom. Thanks so much, guys, for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, and thank you. Bye!